hellish life of three girls who fell into the trap of a sex addict. Amanda Marie Berry was born in 1986 in Cleveland, Ohio, and lived with her parents and sister. On April 21, 2003, the day before her 17th birthday, Amanda worked part-time at a Burger King store just 10 minutes away from home. At around 8 p.m. Amanda called her sister and said she was waiting for a ride home. While Amanda was standing on the side of the road waiting for the car, a man with a gentle face approached her, said he also had a child working at a fast food store and offered to give her a ride home if it was convenient. Amanda accepted without any suspicion, until the man took her to a two-story house with a red roof at 2207 Seymour Avenue. Amanda was forced into the basement. There, Amanda met another girl who was kidnapped by the same method, Michelle Knight, born in 1981, who had been imprisoned for a year. In 2002, before she was kidnapped, Michelle had just given birth to a son, but because she was financially unable to support him, she lost custody of him. At that time, Michelle's mental state was not good, and when she disappeared, people thought she had run away from home. In fact, Michelle met a man at a fast food restaurant who said he wanted to give her son a puppy. She followed him into his car and disappeared from there. By the late evening of April 21, 2003, the family did not see Amanda return, so they called the police. The search lasted a week but yielded no results. The police believed Amanda had run away from home after a man used Amanda's phone to call her mother. He said, "Amanda is at my place. She's fine and will be home in a few days." A year after Amanda went missing, 14-year-old Georgina Gina Lynn de Jesus disappeared on her way home from school. The last person to see Gina was her classmate Arlene. Gina was featured on America's Most Wanted in 2004, linking her to Amanda because they had both gone missing in Cleveland. That same year, the two girls were featured on The Oprah Winfrey Show and The Montel Williams Show, attracting the attention of the Cleveland Police Department. Police offered a $25,000 reward for information and posted a missing persons notice. However, they were only looking for Gina and Amanda, not Michelle. After a period of searching for Michelle without any news, and even her family assumed she had run away, the police gradually gave up looking. 15 months after Michelle disappeared, her parents moved to Florida, and local police removed her from the missing persons database, citing a lack of contact with her family. The disappearances of Gina and Amanda received more attention when federal authorities became involved. In 2005, the FBI released a sketch of the suspect, describing him as a male, of Latin descent, aged 25 to 35, approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing 160 to 180 pounds, with blue eyes and a thick beard. But the case remained silent, with no information about the missing girls. On the evening of May 6, 2013, 10 years after Amanda went missing, the police received a distress call from her. When the police arrived, under Amanda's direction, they raided house number 2207. At the end of the first floor hallway, the police found a thick curtain hanging in the hallway leading to the second floor. Near the curtain was a remodeled alarm from an alarm clock. The windows were all covered, the house was dirty and messy with chains and locks everywhere. The police rescued Michelle and Gina, along with Amanda's 6-year-old daughter. A few hours later, they arrested the kidnapper, Ariel Castro, 52, in a nearby McDonald's. Ariel had just finished shopping and was preparing to return home. The case shocked the entire United States after it was brought to light. Gina said that while walking alone, Ariel Castro offered to drive her home. Gina got in the car because Ariel was the father of her classmate Arlene, but was then taken to his house and locked in the basement. The last place the three girls appeared was only 3 kilometers from the house where they were held captive, and their homes were all nearby. Through the testimony of the 3 girls, Ariel was identified as the sole perpetrator. Ariel was born in 1960, used to be a school bus driver, was fired for lack of responsibility at work in 2012, and has since made a living as a bass player. Ariel divorced in 2005. The 4 children lived with their mother, only he lived in house number 2207. Ariel's children said they found it strange because whenever they visited their father, they had to wait a long time for the door to open. The house also played very loud music and some areas were locked. People who visited Ariel's house were impressed by the loud music and loud sound from the TV and radio. They all had no idea that this was his way of hiding the existence of the 3 girls being held captive in the house. The police found a diary written by Ariel in 2004, only some parts of which were released due to privacy concerns. In it, Ariel wrote that he had kidnapped 3 girls, claimed to be a sex addict and did not feel that his actions were wrong. He recorded the crimes he had committed against the victims for 10 years. In the kidnapper's house, the 3 girls were tied to the wall like prisoners, physically and mentally abused in terrible living conditions. He often pretended to leave the house and then secretly followed them. Any girl who tried to run away or ask for help would be punished. They gradually lost the intention to run away. In 10 years, the 3 girls were only allowed to go out twice. Each time they had to disguise themselves with wigs, sunglasses, etc., and were only allowed to work in the backyard. Michelle was pregnant 5 times, and was starved and beaten until she miscarried. In December 2006, Amanda was forced to give birth to a baby girl, and Michelle helped deliver the baby. Ariel once took the baby girl to her mother, saying that this was his child with his ex-girlfriend. On the evening of May 6, 2013, Ariel had to go out and forgot to lock the door. After discovering that he was really away, Amanda started banging on the door frantically and calling for help. A neighbor named Charles Ramsey heard him, walked over, kicked open the door, and helped call the police. On August 1, 2013, Ariel was charged with 937 crimes including kidnapping and sexual assault. Ariel was eventually sentenced to life in prison, plus 1,000 years without the possibility of parole, and a 100,000 fine. On September 3, 2013, a month after receiving his life sentence, Ariel committed suicide in prison. The case was made into the television films Cleveland Abduction 2015, Kept Woman 2015, and the documentary The Cleveland Kidnappings 2021.